Welcome to the official AFL Fantasy podcast with the Traders.
G'day with the Traders. Thanks to Sportsbet, I'm Roy, Coach Destroy, and I'm here with Warnie.
Coach of the Wandos.
And Calvin.
Coach of Calvin.
Once again, the informed player of the competition.
Thank you.
Cal Finn.
Thank you very
Left
much.
you run too late, though.
I have.
Yeah.
If it was
Well, that
only
happens sometimes.
50-round season,
Yeah.
I might be coming good at the end. But, yeah, I've left my run a little bit
It's
too
like
late.
at the Olympics, that cat and mouse cycling in the velodrome where you float around slowly and then...
Yep.
Yeah, you just left the
You were 2 laps behind, though. You thought you were head-to-head in
Hey,
that.
just got to improve every week. That's the goal.
That's all right.
Yes, and you are doing it.
Trying my best.
But, Roy, you and I, we are like our football clubs at the moment.
100% we are.
Just sliding.
Just disgusting.
Thought
Disgraceful.
You were on the knocking on the door
Yep.
of the top 4 or
Yep.
the top 100.
Yep.
Slid out.
Yep.
Warn Dogs knocking on the door of the top 1,000.
Yep.
Slid out.
See you later.
That's how we're
Just
rolling.
at the wrong time of the year.
Anyway, so I was the lowest scorer with a 23-25, which definitely was well below par.
that's disgusting.
So I was down 256 spots this week, which is not great. So a 1268 ranking. It's
Work to
doable.
do now, but-
Can you get in there, dog?
Oh, definitely. It's like about 100 or so. Oh, it's even less than 100 points. It's definitely doable, but I better make some better decisions than what I made this bloody week.
Well, good luck. Don't ask me how to make good decisions at the moment. So I got 2384, down 19 spots to be ranked 185. Now, my realistic goal at the moment is just to stay inside the top 200.
Okay.
That's where I'm aiming for now.
Wow.
Yeah. Disgusting.
So
You could get to the unlucky mug. Come on, I really need you. with that unlucky mug.
I'm way too unlucky to get close to the unlucky mug.
I scored, because it's how we say it, 2,397, right? Because we don't just go and say the easy option.
Unless
we say
you're counting to
unless
it.
you're counting to it. We say the full number. So, yeah, just a one kick under 2,400.
Well,
So,
there's one little bit of joy that I got that I didn't get 2,400 this week.
That's fair. That's fair. No, so it's a bit disheartening at the moment, but I'll tell you what, if you're seeing them well,
Yep.
if you are seeing
Congratulations.
them well across
yep.
your tipping
Look.
and your fantasy, you're an idiot.
It's not, 100%. Because it's not about
People
how,
are making some very smart, astute calls.
Yeah, they
and we
are.
don't do them.
but it's not about how well your players go. It's how bad they go.
It is.
Because that's what affects everything.
So your 7,066 ranking, or 7,066 overall,
I've got to get inside the top 5K.
you reckon you can?
Yes, of course I can.
2,000 spots in 2 weeks.
I can do it.
I don't know how many points.
Don't lose that confidence.
Have you seen my captains? Come on.
Here it is! That's what you did, Jenny. You stuck it right up them.
Right, well, in some good news, thankfully, with 3 150s on the trot, back to back to back, big Tristan Xerri, 168. Now, I don't even care that everyone's got him and he's everyone's captain. At least we can all be happy about something. So he had 105 points in the second half to get to that thumping score. 2 quarter-pounders on the trot.
Unbelievable.
Wow.
I'll go mine with Rowan Marshall. So thanks, guys. You can thank me, pat me
What
on the
for?
back for giving you Xerri. And then I come through with my second captain option here, which is Rowan Marshall for a massive 140. Now, Rowe didn't lay a tackle in that.
Didn't he?
No tackles, but he got 3 goals, 23 touches, and 11 marks for the big unit. So no worries, guys. Thank me later.
Well, I was pretty happy with Isaac Heeney. Gets a pat on the back for his 127. He had 13 points in the first quarter and wasn't looking good, but especially when he looked a bit dazed when Schultz got him as well, but he wasn't phased. He built his score and had a monster last quarter as well, which had 14 disposals, 4 marks, a tackle and a goal. 60 points to bring it home.
Huge.
That's
Very
elite.
nice.
It was the most disgraceful display I've ever seen.
Because it's just not acceptable.
So I'm talking about my captains, right?
Everyone's going 150.
No, I thought that.
Yes.
I said my top 3 will average 150. Now, the first 2 averaged over 150.
They did.
I can't do much more than that.
No.
Right? I'll tee it up for you. You need to hit it.
Yeah.
Now, Goulden, this was the making of a 150 for him, which would have made me, dog, look like the genius that I am as I sit here today. 69 points. Oh. It's a long way off 150. if my
Steele
maths are correct.
Sidebottom.
Oh, who saw that? Even Steele felt
Even
embarrassed.
even you see it.
Yep.
And it still should be 100.
Yep. Steele. How can you not run away from Steele? Anyway, so 69 does not cut the captain mustard.
No. Well, speaking of not cutting it, one triple-figure score in the last 5 weeks.
Yeah.
Why is this guy getting spoken about in Brownlow conversation? Seriously, Nick Daicos,
Yeah.
71. Now, yes, he copped attention, but James Jordan looks like he's never spent a day in the gym in his life, and he out-muscled him at every contest.
Yeah.
71. It's not enough. It's a -3. We should have traded him.
Can we?
Yes, we can.
There you go.
I should have traded Hayden Young.
Oh, yes.
75. I had worse players on my team than him, but I backed him in because he had that Cats matchup.
Yeah, so you should
Should
have
have been good. Instead, I traded out Nick Martin.
Oh, I know. We all
So I
did.
lost 50 points.
We all did.
We made a massive clanger there. So the
Huge.
-3 probably doesn't even really
No.
go to
Hang on,
Hayden
hang
Young.
on.
It's to
No.
our moronic brains.
Who made the
is, same
clanger?
with Daicos.
Warnie made the clanger.
Yeah.
You're the Essendon expert.
Expert.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, I actually thought they were good as well at one point of the season.
That is true.
So
Why
I
did we
was wrong
listen
on
to
that
you?
as well.
You've let us down across multiple areas.
So 50-odd points lost on that,
Yeah.
and a silly trade because I'm trading Hayden Young this week.
Yes.
Which, looking forward, I was probably always going to do, but I thought, give him that one against the Cats.
Of course. How silly.
Bloody idiots.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's have a look at the round that was with our weekly winner and Taj's team, Slim Slotters, racked up 26-28. 4 teams went over 2,600. Wow. Not
massive.
2,600, 2,600. So well done, Paddy,
I
Jack.
reckon.
Well done, guys.
Couple of Jacks
How
in the top
enjoyable.
4.
I wonder what it feels like to enjoy a round.
Well, there would have been some coaches enjoying, including Tom with his POM United. Scored a 24.59, which got Tom back up into
he's back.
first place. So has a, do your maths, Adam, really quickly. It must be 14-point lead over Brady's B Dizzle. Now, the team that was in first place, Angelica's, Paps players, had a 23.37, slid out from right up the top because they had the poo and
No.
no cover.
Oh, no.
Trades must have been
A
locked.
donut.
Took a
in
donut.
first spot.
So you've got,
Oh,
you're
have
looking
mercy.
at the chance of a Hilux.
Yes. And the rolling lockout, comes
look
around
good.
and gets you.
Because you probably would have made some decisions about your bench if you had.
Without a doubt. Oh, that is brutal.
Unbelievable.
I feel a little bit sick in the stomach about that.
It is
So
a
do
bit of a lesson, though, isn't it? Like, of just going, there's still a place for cover on your bench.
There is.
Yeah.
Like, even if that was an extra 50 points there, that gets you, you're not dropping that far.
Oh, that's devastating. Wowee.
Hat watch, though, 1,000 spot, 100 spot is the Sloane Rangers, Lachlan's team. So, did the math there, Roy. You're 126 points off 100.
Mate, it's no different to being 10 points off.
So you lost 33 last week on that.
My team is no good. I don't even know how it's up there. It's a glitch. It's a glitch in the system.
Now, one thing we have enjoyed looking at over these last few weeks are our big quarters. Now, Roy, you mentioned the +3.
Yes.
Old mate Xerri, Tristan Xerri had a double quarter pounder. In the
Wow.
third and fourth quarter, he went 53, then 52. So combine that. That's a bit of tasty beef there.
That's a big bit of beef.
He's going to have a pounder one day.
He could.
Yep.
He could. He's got the tools to do it.
Well, shout out to someone who enjoys a pounder, Luke Ryan. He had a 45 and a 46
goodness
point 2 last quarters there. So that was a good last
Yeah, he's
half,
back.
really.
He's back.
Yeah,
back
he's
all right.
good.
Tell you what, salt in the wound for poor people that traded him out 2 weeks
you
ago.
Yeah. A couple of big scores that you
he's
missed
back.
out. Horn Francis, he had a 47 second quarter and a 49 in the
Nice.
last quarter, so that was pretty good. But the quarters is what we care about, and Isaac Heeney was the winner this week. He had a 60-point final quarter, so
Wow.
massive, and basically won in the game. And
He did.
Got himself another 3 Brownlow votes.
Oh, without a doubt. In
Not
that
that
one.
they're going to matter.
No, they're not.
now,
But oi, oi, oi.
Also in the fourth quarter, Chad Warner had a 54-point quarter in that game, so no wonder the Swans got themselves up and about. 56-point quarter in the last 4. Paul Curtis, Who's he play for, Kev?
I'm not sure.
Oh, maybe the Roos. That's just a guess at it. Is that right?
You got that right.
Well done, Paul.
Lucky
Keep up the great
Shoal had 56 in the third quarter as well. But what about this for the third quarter for these Blue Boys,
Yeah.
Roy? Matt Kennedy, 52. Nic Newman, 52. They had a day out when they were getting
Early
pumped.
junk time, getting flogged.
And Bont, he finished off well. He had had 50 points to help him get to his 126 in that last quarter. So we'll put that down as his ankle game. He's had his flu game. He's had his back game.
It looked bad too. I think he had 9 points at quarter time or something, Bond.
Oh, did he?
It was
he that
really bad. Yep.
Anyway, he got there. Don't like talking about negatives, though, but my draft team had Dion Prestia in it. -1 in the first quarter, 2 points in the second quarter. No wonder
Go the Warn
No
Dogs.
wonder I lost that game.
You always end up with Preston.
I know. Somehow I
Will
do.
you ever learn?
Cheap next year.
He's in the record.
All right, votes are in for the Michael Barlow medal. That's our cash cow of the year. And for round 22...
5 votes go to Jeremy Sharp. The winger took 13 marks against the Cats at Optus Stadium to rack up 112 points and his first votes in a few weeks.
With 111 points, my boy Colby McKercher is coming home like a steam train. He gets the 4 votes for his game-high 37 disposals, 11 of them kick-ins. He's a good boy.
One of our favourite cash cows from earlier in the season gets 3 votes, and that is Sam Closey.
yes.
He found plenty of the ball in the Suns' epic win over the Bombers to finish with 93 points.
Another big game from Matt Roberts, who saw him grab the 2 votes. He had 25 touches and 91 points to boost his average to 106 over the last 4 weeks.
And finally, Nate Caddy kicked 3 goals for the Dons to post his highest fantasy score so far. His 86 points gets him the 1 vote. And we now have joint leaders with Matt Roberts and Jeremy Sharp at the top on 37 votes, while Colby McKercher is 1 vote behind on 36.
Here's the news of the week you need to know on the official AFL Fantasy podcast.
Alrighty, a few little bits of news, not too much that hopefully concerns us there. I was worried on Friday night. Isaac Heeney copped Schultz, got him in the head. He looked a bit dazed.
Yeah.
I didn't know whether that might have meant that he could have been. Didn't even go off the ground.
No.
Like he was just,
You know what?
shrugged it off.
Heen Dog, just because he's so good looking and
Yep.
rigged, you think he's soft?
Yeah.
That dude's hard as nails.
He is.
He's hard.
Shees might be one to watch. Hurt his ankle must have been in the first quarter of the first half.
Two
Excited
weasels
about
on
it.
top. Two weasels on top of the injury list.
So
Jack, oh no, I've got
he
him.
went
now.
off.
Oh, yeah.
He went off. Went into the rooms and
Who
everything.
did? Shees?
Shees, yeah.
Oh, my God.
So I was watching this game. I don't know why I was watching North Melbourne and West Coast over.
It's the beauty of fantasy, mate.
Isn't it ever?
Well, it's X. X got me there. That's what it was. You had GWS and Brisbane. Cracking
Way
game.
better.
Well, this was a cracking game as well.
It was.
Good finish. But yeah, Shees might be one to watch.
Yeah, I don't think he gets up for it personally.
Sean Darcy, he was a late out, and it was a real late change. It wasn't the one that was the hour before. So he's been a bit banged up, had a strapped knee.
As opposed to.
Gary Rowan was also a late out in that game. Tanner Bruin, concussion. I think Fox Footy wanted Brayshaw rubbed out for it. There's nothing in it.
You're not
Nothing to worry
alone.
about for the MRO. You just wanted an excuse, did you?
Yes, I did.
Nick Cox, he copped concussion in the second quarter. Tajway Woden and Bowie were laid outs for the Ds. Todd Marshall had concussion as well. He's had a few. He's a poor fella.
Poor dude,
Now,
yep.
CJ was a laid out. Now, the Blues, this is probably where the big news is, Roy.
No,
that your Blue Boys are in a world of trouble.
Mate, they are in a world of trouble, all right. So none of them are really fantasy relevant, but there's a flow-on effect from these things. When you've got Curnow, Fogarty, Martin, Sard, and Boyd potentially
Yeah.
all out, like things have to shuffle.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, there's going to be opportunities for people in the Magoos. Won't go early, but surely Benzie gets a run.
And he had a
But-
70.
the timing. So I don't know. There is a flow-on effect. We saw some people's scores spike amongst the adversity.
Yeah.
Will they keep those roles? Will they not? We'll investigate further.
The Blues
as
will
we
still
go on.
make the finals, though, Roy.
I hope not, because the embarrassment that would come would be even more than it is now. So
So they got West Coast and St Kilda.
They win both.
They
of
win
those.
both those.
I wouldn't bet on it.
Put your blue hat back on, Roy. Come on.
Blue hat's next to my fantasy hat.
Yeah.
in the bins.
Then the biggest news of the weekend was on that Sunday afternoon. Mattaes Phillipou.
Oh, yeah.
I wonder if he knows he's cost someone a car, a vehicle.
Yep.
A very nice vehicle.
Poo we were with that one because we get that news through that he was laid out with illness. Not sure what type of illness. Something that
A nut allergy, I reckon.
well,
Potentially that's what it was.
right. Okay. So where does that come from?
I don't know.
So
My head's
anyway,
an amazing place.
What did we end up doing that? Because Cal, we were both bringing him in.
So I was going woodpecker out.
Yeah.
Which I hated to do.
Pissed.
So I just reversed that one and got a rookie out instead, cash up for this week.
Yeah.
So the Pecker played.
Pecker was good too.
He's good. 86, that's all right.
Yeah.
I was going Dowling to him, which
Right.
would have been nice, which would have been part of a bit of a loop game because I had 76 on the bench from Simpkin. So I ended up taking that and instead went down to some rookie. I don't even know his name.
Nah.
Who'd I get?
I grabbed a Richmond dude, I think.
I got O'Driscoll, actually. Brother
O'Driscoll.
of. He
Okay.
retired, actually, from
Did he?
concussion stuff earlier in the year.
And that's who you brought in?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
not-
that's
well,
nice.
Does he get to
Bulldogs-
come on the trip?
Definitely. And the Bulldogs have some late games, so that was my thought on that. Because I already had, oh, mate, what's his name? What's his name? Was it
Harry?
No, the bloke from St Kilda. I already
Oh,
picked
Max
him.
Hall?
Max Hall,
Yeah,
that's him.
Hawley.
Geez,
Yeah.
that sounds like a real good old traditional name.
does.
Sounds like a name from Scottsdale,
Yeah.
actually. That's what that is. Now, anyway, that's what we did. How does that set you up? So you've got cash now this week, how?
Which I won't be able to spend, but yeah, it'll sit there.
Oh, really?
Take it away with the boys. And
I've got
Exactly.
400K.
Yeah, I've got about
It's
3.
ridiculous.
First round's on you.
That's it.
Now, just looking back at that news, is there any chance you can appeal someone getting let off at the MRO?
Yes.
Just wondering if someone could file that.
Yeah.
A couple of
could do
Magoo's news things worth mentioning, and for any of us in 2025 mode already, Levi Ashcroft. So
Yep.
he's going to the Lions,
Yes.
father son.
Oh,
Played his first
academies. Oh,
Played
father
his
son.
first-
How can the Premiership favourites keep
Probably
getting
in
all
the-
this?
Probably in the academy as well. But,
Probably.
Levi Ashcroft, 35 disposals, 8 marks, 5 tackles, 1 goal, 145 in his VFL
Oh,
debut.
the strong get stronger.
Yep.
The system.
Yep.
It's broken.
Broken.
His brother was very good too on the weekend.
He was.
They're
Yes.
going to be better than Daicoses. Mark my words.
Oh, that is not a big call.
Especially after this week. Is Josh better than Nick?
Oh. Peter would even do better at the moment.
In that game, we saw Leakey.
Leaky.
Leakey's got 100 now. He's in the AFL record for next year.
He
28
is.
disposals. Just keep him out of the side, Kingsley.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, we'll just introduce him with a bit of a photo in the record, I reckon.
Oh, I love
this
it.
year,
Right,
yep.
I love it.
Michael Wilson might need to try to snap a good picture of him in the
Yes.
VFL.
Yeah, get that. Make that happen.
And we do like to talk about what's going on at the Bulldogs.
Well, we don't.
They might actually make a change this week after losing.
Yeah,
Maybe.
McRae, 36 disposals, 4 marks, 6 tackles, 2 goals, and 139.
that's
a
huge,
pretty
but it
good
won't
day.
be him coming in.
No.
Well, Riley Sanders, 35 disposals, 2 marks, 7 tackles, and 123.
That's more like it.
That's a lot.
He could come in.
He could.
Tag watch Cal.
Oh, well, geez.
I'm not ready for it.
You know what to do.
There it is.
Oh, I don't know, Roy. This is
good.
a redundant segment, I think.
Well,
Is it?
there
No,
is a
well,
couple.
We
There's
took
a
a couple of different ones on the
So,
weekend.
Toby Bedford's the one we need to talk about.
Yes.
So he went to Lachie Neale as predicted here, on Australia's favourite podcast. Held him to 69. He'll go to Sarong this week.
Yes.
Now, any Sarong owners need to get off.
I think so.
Yes, as soon as you
So
possibly
you get
can.
off?
Yes.
Yeah, you do.
You do.
This is no shadow.
No, this is
a
legit.
clamp.
Yep. The other one is they're not going to use Steele Sidebottom again, are they?
I don't reckon.
Now, if they do,
Because it could go to Zork.
it could go to Zorko. That's a perfect matchup for Steele. Both old,
Two old
both
men.
slow, right? They'll shake hands at the start and they'll put $20 on the line. They'll go, I bet I don't do a calf today and you do. Shake their hands and off they go. So that one could happen. I don't think it will, but it could.
Yeah,
all right?
I'm not worried about that one.
The other one we want to talk about is Jarrod Berry. And does he go to Nick Daicos?
Well,
Well, he's done it off and on throughout the year.
But he hasn't gone to Daicos in the
Well,
last
that's
3
interesting.
games, including last year's grand final.
No.
Didn't go to him. So I don't know. I don't think it will happen. I don't think it'll happen.
Gosh. So what, we can expect a Daicos 95 then?
Potentially. And we'll talk about Daicos in a moment, but he's turned up the last 3 times against the Lions without a tag.
Wow.
So, anyway, they're the tags to look at. Trelaw also might get some attention from the Kangaroos. They've done it in the past.
So Phillips held him to a 60, didn't he, last
Phillips
time?
and Shield might even come and have a go as well.
Yes.
Phillips really didn't do anything on the weekend. But he was only playing West Coast.
Who would you go to?
From West Coast?
Harley Reid.
Yowie.
To stop him taking those hangers. Did you see that?
That was a wicked mark.
Great mark. I don't know. I'd be... North are sorely just done and dusted, aren't they? They're obviously not going to try anything like this.
Yeah.
Or do they?
Well, they're always experimenting for what works next year, I guess.
So anyway, that could be happening as well.
Just thought we'd play it. Haven't heard the full version.
Coming for you. What you gonna do when they hunt you? It's true.
I don't know what he says there.
I felt like...
I don't know what I say
Exactly.
I could hear this
You were just mumbling
in
that
4
last
years'
bit.
time.
Yeah.
Bit like Snoop coming out. You ready for Brisbane? You could go and do that.
Well, Roy won't let me sing the other song anymore.
No.
So...
No. Damn.
Hey,
Beginning
I'll
of
tell
the
you
end.
what.
I knew it.
No, I'll tell you what.
What?
Next year...
Oh, I probably will.
Yeah,
I'm a
well-
bloody good coach.
Yeah.
I'm just out of luck.
Yeah, we won't need to change it.
No. We'll use it again.
Yep.
Wreck me.
We'll
again.
try to. All right. No, we're back on board now, though.
Yeah.
Olympics are over. We can focus on this.
Yeah.
Right. So let's focus on this. Issues for this week. We're looking at players to trade. We've got 4 trades left. So 2 weeks to go. 4 trades, 2 this week, 2 next week. It's preliminary final weekend in most leagues who run through that as the structure there, which is always knockout too. So basically, if you're playing a final this week, it is win,
Yep.
get yourself in the grand final, lose, and you're on Mad Monday. But probably still playing because you want to try to play again.
Oh,
You're probably in
100%.
heaps of leagues anyway.
And God, if you come this far, you might as well make your team worse with 4
Yes,
more
thanks everyone
trades.
who's still here.
Yeah.
It's good.
You're doing a good job. Hang in there.
If we didn't do this, Roy, would you be here?
Hell no. But I am.
I know, I can see.
We're nearly getting to the point where we have to go around to Roy's house and
Drive him here.
Yeah.
Drag him.
Roy, I'm in bed.
We're going. Cal will rock up here. We're going,
Get out.
You reckon he's going to be here? Oh, he'll come. He'll
He'll
come.
come.
20 minutes later, do we need to go and get him?
But Roy, you're doing a great job.
It's just a mix of emotions between sadness
Yep.
and like this rage that I haven't felt before.
I love it.
So, bit of Hank.
Yeah, 100%.
Me, myself, and Irene.
Yep.
All right.
I am a Hank.
But if someone said to you, you'd be 185th at round 22.
I'd be happy.
Yeah, it's just that you've had a taste of some glory.
Yeah, I'm like,
Have
stuff my old
Have you
time.
been in? You haven't been in the 100 though, have you?
Nah, not once.
Yeah. Wow.
Sat about 110 for a while, I think.
Yep.
Then just went with reliable straight bat options.
Well, this is the issue, and I don't want to do this, but imagine if we went through and looked at if you didn't trade from what your team looked like 5 weeks
yeah,
ago.
I should have probably checked out. I should have checked out.
Yeah, just forgot your login.
Yeah, yep.
Anyway, let's have a look at some players that we can grab. Let's start in defence.
Okay, there's a few I like here, and to tell you the truth, I like them a lot more than these pretender fraud midfielders that we've got. So if you're looking for ceilings to make a move, there's a couple here. So Nic Newman, so he's gone 300s on the trot, and he's at his best when the Blues are completely dysfunctional, and they are 100% dysfunctional. Going into that matchup with West Coast, he's had huge ceiling scores, in the past versus West Coast, and he's every chance to do it again over there. 2 groups of just battlers out there chipping around to each other.
And then he finishes with St Kilda.
Yeah.
So it's an easy play for the rest of the
100%.
season.
So there's 2 ceiling scores that a lot of these midfielders won't get a sniff.
Agree.
Lock it in.
The next one, if you want someone more unique as well, James Sicily is about to go bang, at least this week. Possibly next as well, I reckon, because that's an easy matchup as well on paper.
Yes.
He deserves it. So he's got Richmond this week. They were giving up so many marks on the weekend, it was ridiculous. Battle's taken double figures. Wanganeen Miller has taken double figures. Sinclair's pumping a 116. Sicily also had 137 against him in round 14.
Now, his numbers haven't been great.
No.
A 114 last week.
Yeah.
That's good. Before that, 75 and 81.
Yep, which is why he might stay reasonably unique for you to have a real crack at. I can't see him going under 130. He'll take 15 marks.
He has had a tough run, if you want to call it that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Going into Richmond and North,
Yeah.
that's pretty juicy.
Well, they're going Globetrotter this week.
And the North Melbourne one's down here, isn't it?
It is. We'll be watching that
And
one.
he can absolutely pig it up down here.
He can. He loves the quarter pounders down
does.
here. And then Sinclair remains a good option. So he's gone 116, 132, 104, 110. He's coming home like a steam train. He's a good pick in defence.
Now, who do we get rid of in defence? If you're trying to offload
So
one of these
Daicos
blokes.
is up there. I've got Young. I'm
there.
getting rid of Young ahead of Daicos.
Yeah.
Young goes before Daicos.
Because what have they? They've got GWS and Port.
Yep.
Yeah,
to
so
finish
it's
off with.
not ideal. So then,
And just
having
not as
said,
good a player
So having said that, then you have to throw the other Dockers into the mix once again.
You do.
But that's Luke
Luke
Ryan.
Ryan. I don't think you can do it to Luke
100%
Ryan.
you can't do it to him. They're chipping. He's wasting time back there, kicking around again.
So
He's
does
gone
that-
120 and 150. You actually can't click on the trade button.
Same for Jordan Clark then?
Well, maybe.
What do you have, a 126?
120.
So if they're doing that and he's involved,
Yeah. I mean, it's a different beast versus GWS at GWS.
What are backs like there
against GWS, they're okay. Like that was Zorko last week and he wasn't great.
Yeah, okay.
So, yeah, on the scale, GWS, yeah, it's not great for them. They're actually red. So Young goes first, dog,
Yeah.
right? Then does Jordan Clark go before Daicos?
Well, I think he does.
Yeah.
And I've been, this is a little rocket episode for Daicos. Like, surely
Yeah.
you bounce back. But so I said it earlier, 100 in the last 5. Now he's scored 300s on the trot versus Brisbane.
Yes.
But the thing is, like you can't hide behind the fact the front runner numbers are there. He is the cherry on top. He is an elite player. Don't get me wrong, but he is best when, things are going well. If you threw him to the Gold Coast like Gary Ablett was, where you're tagged every week in a subpar team, he's not doing stuff like that, Gary.
So he's
He
actually
can't still score.
He's only 8 points difference between when Collingwood win and Collingwood lose, which I thought would be more than that. So
I still find that quite significant, to be honest.
8 points.
For someone who's that calibre, held in that regard. But I think I'm backing him to bounce back more than probably Clark and Young to score in that matchup. Is that fair?
I think so.
But you can't, even though Luke Ryan is probably in the same boat, you literally just can't do it after that. those
So
two games.
Daicos has Brisbane this week, and then he's got Melbourne.
Right. And then, Daicos lives. The only way to take on all the smart coaches that traded Daicos out now is to hold him and hope he pulls his finger out. Really?
Needs to be said, though, against Melbourne earlier this year, that was the Neil Bullen tag on Daicos, held him to 62.
Do they keep doing
They're
it?
not going to do
hasn't
it
done
again.
it for
They're not going to do it again.
I think they might.
You reckon? Just to get him?
the last round.
They're not winning anything else. They might as well win an individual matchup.
So basically, Brisbane haven't tagged, and I don't reckon Berry goes to him this week, but if they
There's
do
a
what they did
chance.
earlier this year, held to 62 by Neil Bullen.
Look, and this is the thing. We are not nailing who to trade out. Like, we're coming off Nick Martin.
Yep.
So it's a
Just
tough one.
On a couple there. Jack Sinclair,
Yeah.
did you mention him?
Yes.
Yep. So he's the second most traded in defender at the moment. But a couple of
Rightfully
others.
so.
Could you go a Colby? So he's in at 786. Is that just... Do we still have any worries about him?
I don't think there's any
Bulldogs and
worries.
Hawks. He's getting 11 kick-ins.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
enjoying it. Loves it.
as long as he's named, he's fine.
Yeah, so he was obviously very good with 111 on the weekend.
Yeah.
Matt Roberts is still doing his thing, and he's under 700K.
Yeah.
If you're looking there. So he's gone 89, 102, 138, 93, 91. So, and he's got the Bombers and the Crows to finish.
He's doing real well, actually. Yeah.
If you just needed to shop in those areas, that would be the thing.
Yep.
All right, let's have a look at the midfield then. Where are we looking here? It's kind of the line that we just don't want to shop in either at the moment. Do you just back in your dudes and hope that they can football in some form?
Yeah, you do. Unless you're trading them to a defender with a ceiling.
There you go.
There's plenty of DPP ones.
There is. So if you're in desperate time and you need to find a way to make ground, that might be the way. But obviously, the midfielders, they're just real hit and miss at the moment. There's a value play in Jordan Dawson, who looks back to his best on the weekend.
$840K you pay for him.
Yep. 126, 840 is so cheap for someone of his ability. So he's there, but if we're chasing ceilings, if your team's in desperate times, Noah Anderson has to be considered.
It's an interesting one, isn't it?
Well, it's all about the scale of hardness, isn't it, Cal?
Okay, so who's he got this week? He's got Melbourne.
Yeah.
Against easy teams this year, and Melbourne's one of them, he's gone at 118. At home this year, he goes at 118. In wins this year, he's gone at 117. Now, he hasn't turned up in the last 4 weeks.
No.
So you're actually trading into someone.
And even the couple before that weren't massive. He had 112 against Port, so that's not a bad effort.
But have a look what, obviously, last week, the Power Boys against Melbourne.
Yeah.
Hornbag, 141. Boak, 118. Houston, 115. Rosie, 113. Before that, Bont, 135. Trelaw, 116. Before that, Peatling, 133. Witt, 127. It just goes on and on and on. There are so many points up for grabs.
He should be 120 plus if you're chasing a unique.
It's a risky one, isn't it?
It is.
It's one that you're taking on and having a bit of a crack
those
at.
big 140s he has?
Yeah.
They're against the mega green easy teams.
Yeah.
Right.
He just goes to town,
So
which is what one of
there.
these guys are.
Yeah.
This is a perfect game for him to have one of those big scores.
All right, so once again, who goes? Now, the thing is, I'm sort of with you, Dog. Unless there is a huge flag, you might as well just let them rot. And I'm talking about the likes of Walsh, Brayshaw, Dunkley, Trelaw, because I really... Oh, and Trelaw shouldn't be on that list because it was only one blip, but I'm angry at him.
That was you being harsh there, typing his name into the Google Doc.
But those other guys, they are really frustrating. Brayshaw, you could probably take off. That's only one blip, but... I mean, he plays against the Giants, who've given up, 4 tons to midfielders in the last
5 weeks.
5 weeks.
And so then you trade Sarong before that.
So that is the only one I'm actually going to say he is a guy you trade
He
out.
has to go.
Yeah.
Because of the tag from Bedford this week. So they go, So, and then after that, he's got Port Adelaide.
Yeah.
So I'm looking to get rid of Sarong, right?
Yeah.
And the names I'm looking at are the names you're saying they're on the who goes list, right?
Yeah.
Like a Dunkley.
Yeah.
Good matchup the next couple for him.
Yeah.
A Trelaw, potential tag this week.
Yes.
From North Melbourne, and then he finishes with GWS.
Yeah. You know what I'm telling you to do? Shop in defence.
Shop in defence.
If you want a proper premium score, you're going back to go forward this week.
Oh, Dwayne. Classic.
Shake and bake.
So can I really go like a Sarong to Sicily?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Hey, you know I love the sick dog. I'd love to have this. Actually, I'm going to do that.
I'm not even joking, mate.
Round 24 needs to be enjoyable for me down here.
And it will be.
Cheering on Colby, cheering on the sick dog.
Yeah.
It'd be a
uncontested Mark Heaven.
Right, there you go.
Wow. So he's at a position that we probably don't really want to trade in, though.
Yes.
Most cases.
Except for Sarong.
Sarong's the one.
He's
got to go.
All right, in the rucks then... Everyone knows this.
Everyone knows.
X and Marshall. Is it that order?
Yeah, it is.
What's your prediction then? X does score more than Marshall for the last two?
Yeah. Yep. Just keeps.
So we've got
done.
X up against English. Not only will he break him, but he should score pretty well.
Yeah. And the only chance he doesn't score well in the last round is if he's in prison for what he does to X this week.
And then he finishes with
what
Hawthorn.
He does to English, sorry. Yep, so, X is every chance to do a quaddie here.
Yep.
He could go 150 again.
Yep. I'm with you.
A full pounder.
Now, Marshall's an interesting one. So he goes Geelong Carlton.
Yeah.
And that should be great. But Geelong have brought back in
Stanley's back, and even Pitbull's back.
And even Pitbull back, which strengthens their lineup just a little bit more than what it should be.
So he'll still be very good.
Still good.
But it's still X-Man all the way.
Exactly right.
Yeah,
I wonder where he'll be on captains this week. I better do my research.
You normally just look at the last 3 scores, which Frico did.
I noticed how you did your captains this week too.
I did it before you, though.
No, he said you did.
He
just copied the exact mine and switched the last 2.
That old chestnut.
And who won? The War Dog.
The switcheroo.
You want looking for my name, mate? Just go straight to the top of the list. That's where you'll find me. Not my fantasy team. No.
No.
Because I was going to say, Farico basically put out the stat there. Did you do that this morning? I think he did. No player has ever gone 150 plus points in 4 games in a row. So look at the names. 2014 we saw Tom Rockcliffe.
Yes.
2018 Tom Mitchell. 2024 Tristan Xerri.
There's 3 pigs there.
There is.
There's 3 pigs there.
See, we say you got to do special things.
Special things.
And he's doing special.
So we can't do it until next year, but far out.
That-
If he's the first ever player to go 150 plus
Exactly.
in a row,
He's forcing our hand at this
forcing
stage.
the hand to be a ruck pig.
Can he go 150 against English?
Yes.
Yes.
He can monster that
This is
guy.
going to be exciting to watch.
Okay. Who's the backup ruck for Bulldogs?
Darcy.
Right. So Darcy will come in the first quarter of the ruck once injures English.
Yes.
So it'll be, he'll get his 150.
Oh, my God. I just thought of something.
Oh, no.
English, he's a wounded bull.
He is.
Already
He had his
Carrying
ankle,
a sore
actually.
ankle.
Yeah.
Did you see Bevo in the presser?
No.
Oh, Tim. He actually basically, imagine your coach saying you basically got monstered by Riley O'Brien.
Well, oh, boy. Oh,
Rob's not a bad player.
No, but come on. Dog.
All right, Roy.
No, just on the rucks there.
Yeah.
If you still had gone, would you just back it?
You will, because he was good again.
Yeah.
People were in an interesting position last week of if you went to Gone instead of one of those 2, your second trade was to a nice.
Yeah.
If you flirted with those areas, you wouldn't have been devastated with the 118 or so. But now
But
you're
it
in
was
a
140 and 168.
Yeah, and you're in that exact same position again this week.
Max against Jarrod Witts isn't the nicest matchup
It's
going
not.
around either.
No, it's
Would
not.
you? So would you try to move that?
If you got nothing else to do, you could.
All right. If you didn't have X, you would have to do that.
You
one.
have to do that.
Marshall, you might be able to try to get within 20,
Yep.
but X, it's too risque.
Mega.
Can't take him
He
on.
knows he's getting a
You
record
can't
this week.
take him on.
All right, the forward line, if we were going, well, our probably top 4 weren't what we really wanted them to be anyway. The big 4 that we talk about.
Heeney was
and
good.
Heeney was good.
Yep.
But we talk about the F5 and F6.
Yes.
And it was just back to probably where we thought it was with Grime nearly got 100, I think.
Yeah.
And then obviously Moore had a massive game.
Yep, so 15 marks for more, obviously. 132. So
He's
consolidated
F5
F5. And like if you look at Roy's role in 22, he's been F5 for months.
Yeah.
And so well done,
You're
mate.
never wrong, are you?
Rarely. Except with my own trades. Now, the interesting one has to be Kennedy.
Yes.
Now, so you guys know I'm very reluctant to
Cautious.
ever tick this one off.
Yep.
And it's proven to be right this year because he'll have good game, good roll, vest out of nowhere. Good game, good roll, dropped.
Yep.
Now, given their injuries and the fact that his role was so good on the weekend and he made the most of it. So he had 14 CBAs. He had a quarter pounder in the third, but he's racked up 30 and 10 and had a massive score. Had a 130. I think now, I think he's a play.
Are you ticking it
Chasing
off?
some points. I am ticking it off this week. Yeah. So you only need to get 2 weeks out of him. He's coming off a thumper. They are depleted, and he's got 2 nice matchups.
Are you worried about what his role could be?
Definitely,
Because
because
they
you
are
look at
depleted?
so you look at the spread of where their injuries have come from, and he is someone that can play back, can play forward. Obviously, enjoyed the 14 CBAs playing predominantly mid on the weekend. But that is the flag that remains with someone like him. If they go, well, out of the VFL here, those guys are the ones that we need to bring in, but they can only really play midfield, Kennedy would have to move. But I don't think that happens.
Most of the injured Carlton guys from the weekend were defenders, yeah?
Yeah, and forwards.
Yep.
Which is a worry.
So it's not like Chera, you know. Interesting. So you're ticking it off
I'm ticking it off.
for 2 weeks.
Yeah, but you have to still know it's a high-risk play due to the fact they see him as such a flexible hole plugger.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Then it'd be rude not to mention Dog's mate Powell
Yes, it
because
would be rude.
Kapow keeps kapowing.
He does.
That's 300s on the trot now.
Ever since I got rid of him, and you as well, Dog.
Way to snap him into gear.
No worries.
I've sent some good rockets this year, but you two have just gone a double
He
barrel.
scored 40 the week before.
I know.
And you guys let him have it. Look at him. He's
know.
turned his season around.
He's responded.
But the thing,
that sucks.
the reason,
It's so
I don't know, it should be the reason I am ticking it off, but the reason I can't is because you still can't put a finger on his role. Like he's whacked 100 on you guys playing defence. He's basically whacked 100 on you playing midfield, and he's whacked 100 on you playing forward.
Yeah.
He's
He was
just a
playing
good
mid
player.
and forward, but yeah, like that's the thing. He is a good player. Well, he's a very good player.
so-
We loved him as a rookie. Like
Yeah.
he had epic
Yeah.
numbers as a junior.
And he was in the role in 22 earlier this year.
course he
Well, there you go.
He's back knocking on the door. He's fought his way. They kicked him down the stairs.
he could
he's
be
crawled
F6.
all the way back up. Now he's under the blanket.
He's under the blanket.
Yes.
Unbelievable. He comes with risk, but
Jeez, he just finds it too. Like he's just there.
he is
The ball
now
falls in his hands. and-
for 2 or 3 months.
It's like
He wasn't
dodgeball.
there.
No.
Can I just remind you what he did to me?
Do it.
To me.
Well,
And
he did.
Cow.
Oh, and the flow-on effect of what he did to us through you.
That's it.
Okay, so he's gone that 105, 116, 122. Prior to that, 41, 63,
Solid.
84, 74, 59, 46, 70.
46. Dude has the
73.
ability to hit 40s. Come on, Tom.
No wonder we traded.
Oh, yeah.
There is you can't even be upset about
No.
that. Thing is, he's still only 706K
He's bargain.
based on the fact that, and he's had 3 tons. He's averaging in the last 3, 114, and he's still at $706,000.
All right.
That shows what you were doing before that.
So if you need a cash grab then, let me just ask you something. Could you trade out Caldwell? I think he's gone 100 in his last 4 since Parrish has been back.
Parrish,
Now, don't quote that because that was just...
Parrish only been back for a couple, but yeah.
Yeah.
62 last week, though. It's not good.
No, it's not.
He was good the week before
He was.
when he played with Parrish. Maybe it's 3 weeks for Parrish back.
Yeah, 62, 116, 72, 86.
Don't like it.
Hasn't been a good month.
No, it's not what Kapow's doing. And you probably grab 150K from it.
You could.
Some people wanted to trade Isaac Heeney last week, and some people looped him off the bench, and then
Look, I'm a big Caldwell fan, mate, but he ain't no Isaac Heeney.
No.
Goodness me. You still find a way to look through those Essendon goggles, don't you?
don't forget I'm the Heeney guy, and you guys hated him.
Oh,
You did.
unbelievable.
Yes.
Take that back. I'm a massive Heeney fan.
You took it to halfway through this year to become a fan.
I was very stubborn.
All of a sudden, Dog scouted Heeney and
Yeah, I
got him
did.
drafted.
Exactly.
You are such a liar.
Such a legend.
All right, they're the forwards. Don't trade any of them either. Like, the only ones...
Okay, my question, I'm going to throw this out now because I care about my team so much at this stage of the
Yes,
season. But I had the Phillipou issue. I could trade a rookie to Matt Kennedy.
Yeah,
Is that okay to do, and then that can be part of a looping game?
yeah, it definitely is. So when do the Blues...
So otherwise,
Wow.
I could go to Moore from
okay.
from a Simpkin
So-
or a Wood, for example.
Okay.
What would
Well-
you prefer to do? Would you prefer just to sell one of those guys for more, or have even that bench cover / loop option?
See, this is interesting, Dog, because Moore happens to be going into a great matchup. Otherwise,
Richmond.
I would have just thought You know, he does these 130s every now and then, but then he reverts back to his 90 or so.
Which I can probably get from Kennedy.
Definitely. It's just against Richmond. He might take double-figure marks again.
That's a lot of marks that he took.
15. Beyond a joke.
That's not sustainable.
No, it's not. You don't get to play the Blues every week. I can't believe they're the team I say that about now.
Unbelievable.
But that is tough because I think Kennedy's he's just a walk-up 100 as well now this week, so you might as well do a loop.
You know what else, though?
Get Kennedy.
Yeah, I think that's where I'll go.
This is where I'm at. Looping's for losers, right?
Yeah.
You don't need to loop. It just complicates the game.
Yeah.
But it
You'll
also
stuff
gives
it
me
up.
bench
Sometimes
cover
you
if I
don't
need
end
it.
up with the players you actually wanted.
If I
Losers
didn't
loop.
do that this week, then I would have been I'd be in the poo.
No, don't be a loser.
I would have had a donut.
Don't loop. Looping loser. That's what you are.
That's only because you got yourself in that position through playing looping games.
I'm just that looped out.
Yep.
I feel like I'm
I reckon.
Just complicates the weekend. Keep it
It
simple.
does.
All right.
What's
The only loopy
next?
doop I want to see is in the gymnastics, Cow. You'd be good at gymnastics.
I'd be fantastic at gymnastics.
You would be.
You wouldn't get through the stretching session at the start.
I wouldn't, would I?
No.
Speaking of stretching, how's your jaw going these days?
Why?
Heard a little whisper you're doing a bit of work on your jaw.
What?
Chiseling it.
Chiseling my jaw.
Yeah, you're doing a few stretches or some fandangled stuff.
Oh,
I've
not
got a
again.
scout. I've got a scout that's told me.
You lost your
Bit of
brain.
sauce. What are you doing to your jaw?
Nothing.
What? I don't know
Some
about this.
exercises or something
Exercises
that you're doing.
on my jaw.
Is this something we should speak about off air?
No, you can talk about it now. I don't have any idea what you're talking about.
He has been known to
Someone went to your house.
visit beauty salons.
Yes, you have
Is it
visited
something to
beauty.
do with that?
You're doing
You get
something.
work
You're getting some
done.
cool slimming done on it or something like that.
No, I did not.
Have you put things in your mouth to help make your jaw
No.
look more chiseled or
I
toned?
haven't. I don't know what you're talking about.
Have you got this on him dead set?
Yeah, so
There isn't anything here.
you couldn't speak to this person that came to your house because you were doing something with your mouth. It wasn't eating.
What were you doing?
Absolute stitch up. This is a lie.
No, this
Yes.
is true. What is it? Can you tell me what this would be referring to?
Does it make it more like...
Is this going somewhere? Is there a...
Well, no, I need to know more about it because they only gave me that little bit that you
Well,
couldn't
that's-
speak because
I couldn't
you were
speak.
doing something with your jaw, like it was some sort of toning exercise or something like that.
This is the
That's
biggest
true.
line of rubbish I've ever heard in my life.
Hello, I'm John Chin.
No.
No, I
really-
don't want to
Goodness,
put
mate.
name my sauce or anything.
No, you'll never do that.
Has just tried to stitch me up a cracker.
It was the first time they met you as well. You wouldn't speak to them.
Maybe I didn't like them. That's why I didn't speak to them.
Yeah, that wouldn't be
that-
uncommon for you not to talk to people.
Right, no, you've absolutely got me on this one. I've got no idea what you're talking about.
We have our roast roll at lunch today. We'll have a discussion about it. We'll fill
I've
the listeners in
got
later.
no idea what you're talking about.
Wow, cow.
Isn't that a...
I thought the teeth thing was a bit out there.
True or false? Have you been a poster boy of teeth whitening?
That is correct. That's different. That's different. And at least I'm being honest. I've got no idea what you're talking about, this jaw chewing
Well,
thing.
it may not even be jaw. That's what it came across sounding like.
I couldn't talk because I was doing
You're
something.
doing something.
What about the slimming thing he said? Did
Was
you
it
do
something
that?
like that?
No.
Have you done anything like that? Have
No.
you done anything else there?
No.
Apart from teeth whitening?
No. I haven't.
True?
Haven't.
Or false?
Botox.
No, I haven't done any of that. Get back on with the thing because this is absolute rubbish.
I thought you were looking a bit younger the other day.
Oh, fatter, not younger. That is absolute stitch
Is
up.
that how you filled out your cheeks?
All right.
All right, let's have a look at the most traded in players ahead of round 23. And we've got Dylan Moore at the top of the list there with Rowan Marshall, Nic Newman, Jack Sinclair, Tom Powell.
Kapow.
You could do it.
Yeah, you could do
He's in
it.
some form. Good players to be bringing in. The ones going out, Hayden Young. He's the most traded out player.
he's gotta go.
With some rookies there in Manor, Humphreys, Dowling, and then Tim English. I think it's the coaches that are just going, we need to.
100% you do.
And get X or row. That's exactly what that's all about. Let's look at our trades then. I'll go with mine. So Hayden Young, the most traded out player, he's going for me to Nic Newman, and Bytel goes to Matt Kennedy. So that'll be part of a F whatever looping game that I'll have.
Yep, okay. Mine is Daicos to Sicily. I'm chasing a big one from the Sick Dog in a great matchup with the Tigers, and I'm going Peatling to Kennedy.
Okay, Cow. What are you doing, mate?
Can't talk, strengthening my jawline apparently. I will be going Sarong to Anderson in that juicy matchup at home, and Simpkin will also go to Moore.
Yeah.
Done.
Good moves.
Got a question for the traders? Tweet the boys at AFL Fantasy or head to facebook.com/AFL Fantasy official.
It's just all a lie. I don't know why you can just make that up. So we're filming, we're recording, and you just come up with...
I've been holding on to this for a few weeks.
That's not even...
Oh, my God.
And I needed an opportunity to ask you because I didn't want to ask you in real life because you'd lie about it. So I'll let you lie about it on here.
I've got no idea.
You're going to cop... You're already copping about your little feet. Now you...
Okay, look, I'll take it. I'll take the feet. I won't take this one.
Someone came into your house.
Yeah, continue. Good.
And it was the first time they'd been there.
Right.
And you couldn't speak because you were doing something with, like, is it your chin, your jaw? Are you doing something? I don't know. I need to find out more.
I'm going to...
Please do, because I do not have a clue with what you're talking about. No, very rarely do I get new people coming into the house to start with.
Oh, exactly.
Right?
So you haven't left a real good impression.
Well, and I didn't
You wouldn't
speak.
do it anyway. Yeah, you couldn't talk to them because you were doing something. I don't know what you were doing.
Oh, this is absolute.
How to get a better jawline. Procedures for a chiseled jaw.
Sure. Right, keep going. Get some questions, Dog, while he does some research.
Oh, God. They get good results.
What did he do?
That's what he was doing. He has a jawline exerciser.
No, I do not have a jawline
That's
exercise.
what it sounded like.
That is
You
complete.
put something in your mouth.
I didn't.
And you just go...
Oh, my God. Look, I'll admit.
Have you tried it before?
No, I have not. I have no idea where this has come from.
Maybe he's got a jawline slimmy belt.
I do not have a slimmy belt.
Wraps it around his ears.
I do not.
Don't you like when people grab your cheeks and go,
You little chubby
Calvin."
boy. Right, I do not know where this has come from.
God, I can't believe you do it.
Neither can I, apparently. Right, let's get some questions going, Dog. This is just wasting everyone's time.
It is. This is where we're at this point.
Oh,
of the
hang
season,
on.
though.
You can use fillers in that as well.
Have you had fillers put in there?
Fillers put in. Like, what's that mean? Like silicon injected
Yeah.
into my... No,
It helps
as if.
with your jawline and cheeks. Gives you a more chiseled
Look
face.
at me. Does it look like it's chiseled to you?
It does look pretty good.
You're looking better than what you were.
If
Yeah,
anything, I've
he
grown
does.
an extra chin.
Well, maybe that's what you were doing. I don't know.
All right. Rob's got this question. And before I ask it, isn't it funny when you do get your trades done and it says, congratulations, your trades have been successful?
Yeah.
Challenge.
They haven't. I traded Nick Martin out of my team last week.
Should warn you. These trades will be unsuccessful.
Taking that to the appeals
Maybe
board.
there's some AI in it or something and say no. Anyway, wants to know these race trades. Trade out Ugle Hagen, who could have actually been an option to bring in last week as part of the poo out stuff. To get Kennedy, tick.
Yep.
Daicos to Sicily.
Yeah.
Happy to do that?
Yep. Yeah, I am.
Good.
Yep. Chase the ceiling.
John wants to know who goes first, Daicos or Richards? So Ed Richards there, which I know both of you two were very hot on telling people to grab.
We talked about him.
He looked good for his price.
He did.
Turns out he wasn't.
So
he wasn't.
Daicos with the Berry tag or Richards who's playing the Roos, but he was bad.
Yeah. Gosh. I mean, he's not going to get tagged versus the Roos. So he's... Oh, my God. I think I'm getting rid of Ed.
Okay.
And I don't think this Berry tag happens.
No.
So there you go.
John says there as well, is it time to move on Simpkin given his next two matchups? So that could be where my decision goes. Do I just get rid of Simpkin
I would.
and
if
get
I was
more
you. Yeah.
instead of just getting
Yeah.
Kennedy?
Or
You
I'd
told
go-
me before you
No,
go
well, that's it.
Kennedy.
I didn't want to go
It's a
into it, but I would
50-50
have
though.
actually just, if I was you, I'd just go Simpkin to Kennedy.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Oh, Simpkin. So Kennedy scores more than more.
Potentially.
Right. Potentially.
Oh, look how he covers himself.
What?
Potential.
I've got the cash to do whatever I want except for my rookie up tomorrow.
Shut up, needle boy.
God, this is the worst hitch up that's ever happened because this one's actually not true.
I don't know. I didn't know anything about it. I'm very intrigued.
Neither did I.
Maybe I'll give him a call. Get him on.
Yeah, get him on.
Find out more about this. Chris, am I better going Grundy to Marshall or trade Sarong with a potential tag coming from Bedford? So who's more important to get rid of, Grundy or Sarong?
Sarong's got to go.
Well, I think Sarong is in a world of trouble. So I don't like to recommend going in without Marshall, though, to be honest.
Agree.
But Sarong is dead man walking.
That could be a 60 to a 70.
It could. It could. Sarong's got to go.
He's got to go.
What do we see? So Grundy's got Bombers. You've still got them red on your scale. Are they that hard?
Who's that?
Grundy against Bombers.
He'll be fine against them.
And then plays against Rob.
He'll be fine against Rob.
All right. Ben, panic traded in Bolton with Pooh out, traded him out 5 hours later after lockout. Does he need to come on the end of season trip?
No.
Do you have a line of time?
It's definitely more than 24 hours.
Yeah. No, you've got it in. Yeah. No, you've got in time. He doesn't have to come.
He doesn't have to come.
No.
All right, Johnny, discuss Will Day as a waivers option in draft. Jeez, he's been dropped to waivers. That's sad, isn't it?
It has, and I don't understand it. But I'll tell you what, we
His
might be
scores haven't been
starting
good.
with him next year.
Yeah.
Absolute bargain areas.
Big time.
I'd leave him on the waiver. I couldn't find myself to find the energy to actually get him.
So he's gone, subbed out last week with a 36, and then he got Bedforded to a 40. So he's going at 78 this year, down from the 95.
He is
before.
an absolute lock.
He's in the
next
record.
season. He's in the record, all right.
Paul.
It's writing itself.
It
at the
is. We
moment.
don't have to do anything.
Paul's got... We need our whiteboard where we just write names up so we've got them there.
Yeah.
We don't lose them.
True.
Paul's got this one. It's grand final time in my league this week. Do I trade for the matchup or form or trade for strategy? My VC loophole players have all played after the first 3 games. Do I trade out a bench guy for a better VC loophole? Okay. And that gets Kerno to Moore, which would be a nice upgrade.
Yeah.
Or trade Daicos to Battle to do it. I don't think you'd be picking Battle.
You're not going
Look,
battle.
I picked up Battle off the waiver last week for this matchup with Richmond.
Yep.
In case I needed him, he will remain on my bench or back to the waiver. It was a 1 week wonder with him, even though he's got a couple of nice scores in his last 3. You don't want to be buying into Battle.
I wouldn't. No.
Johnny T, High Legends, who would win in a ruck battle between Xerri and Juicy Brucey?
Oh, my goodness.
My goodness.
There'd be an earthquake or something. X has got him.
He does.
He does.
Yep.
X has got him.
X wins.
Sam wants to bring in a wild card for next year. For 1 round, you can trade out up to 5 underperforming spuds. Call it the axe.
I love it.
If I could have, I would have used it on my team after this round's putrid effort.
Yeah.
Tell you what, would use that way early in the season, though,
Yeah,
wouldn't we?
you'd snap.
You would.
You'd snap. My goodness.
Well, we can't even get our luxury trades right now, so you wouldn't use it now.
No, the thing is, that's what I was saying to you boys yesterday. For probably 3 weeks, I was splitting hairs between good players that you didn't want to trade out. Could never bring myself not to trade. But now, give me 5 and I'd use them easy. And I would not cop any backlash from a good score back in your face.
No.
Because they are so out of form.
Yep.
There is just no chance they're going to score well.
Is there a chance someone like a Walsh can bounce back, Roy?
Unlikely.
What's he got? West Coast, St Kilda.
Yeah, and I still go into it with no faith. But he stays.
Max Walker. Just been trying to get in this commentary box.
Oh, we haven't let that bastard buy for this part of the podcast area.
Now, it's not a question, but I want to share my situation I got in. I benched Moore for Phillipou and no one to replace the Pooh with, so that trade became Darcy Wilson for 41 over Moore. So benched Moore because you were getting Phillipou in. Ouch.
That is just
That's a lot
brutal.
of points. That's near 100 points.
You couldn't have watched that game. 15 marks.
Harry. Hey, Legends. Is it Tom Powell or Matt Kennedy for that loop option?
Kennedy for me.
I'm with you.
Yeah, okay.
Good matchup.
Joel wants to know, is it Newman or Sinclair?
That's a good question.
It is. Look, both are great options. I just look at Newman's ceiling versus his next two opponents, and he's done some thumpers in the past.
The fact that he can end it all with St Kilda is just too good. It's Newman.
Carlton, they're definitely out of the finals.
Yep.
That's Newman,
Yep.
like in his pen, just
Loves it.
pigging away. Yep.
Daniel wants to know, can we get rid of Treloar? I guess it goes off that conversation that you just might as well leave your...
So he's got North Melbourne this week.
He should.
Potential tag into GWS, which could be another potential tag.
Yeah. Why on earth I traded into that, I don't know. Yes, you could trade him, but I don't know who to. That's your problem.
Yep.
Brenton,
A defender.
When
There
is
you go.
Calvin getting the sack? # Roy's captains.
What?
It's a good question,
Who's
mate.
just making up all this stuff today? Who's that?
Who was that?
Right.
Brenton.
Right, Brendan. Blocked.
Hey,
Blocked Brenton.
I'm favouriting you.
Reed, English to Xerri, or do you get rid of Young?
English to Xerri needs to happen.
It's got to happen.
It's another 150.
Yeah, and it's at the expense of that guy.
Yep.
Like, I can't see English getting through the game.
No.
That's
Yeah. You need
gotta
X.
do that
You've got to
trade.
get X.
Right. Cow.
Oh, here we go.
No, that's the person who's asking this question.
Oh.
Rao or
Great name.
Anderson as a trade option for Peatling?
It's
gotta go
Anderson.
Anderson?
It's Anderson over Rao. Although Rao is coming off a 120.
yeah, he was really
been
good.
good.
But I think in a real easy game, I think Anderson gets amongst it.
I believe so.
P. Gobbs has got this one. Traded Myers out for the poo.
Oh, you don't.
Now,
Had an away game.
what do I do with F6? Do I go back to Myers or is the poo okay? Well, apparently it's illness. So it's probably just
So he
gastro.
should be fine.
And
Thanks, Dr. Dog.
just trying to use the poo thing. Gastro.
Good one, Doc.
Oh,
No, not
it's
bad.
funny.
I didn't know he was
No,
going
it's
there.
funny.
Well done.
Anyway,
Jeez.
so
going on in here?
Great.
So, do you just back him now?
Yes.
Being an illness, he should be back.
Never seen such sad delivery of a gag.
Yes, you back him in. You back him in.
More of that, please.
Blokes are flogs.
Good areas.
They were.
It was great.
Who goes first out of Daicos or Martin? No, you're not trading Martin
Well,
unless it's Dustin.
No. So obviously his draw
Yeah.
is far
It's
less
tougher now.
favourable than it was on the weekend.
This is where we can get him back.
Well, yeah,
I
we
don't
won't,
think
will
so.
we?
Daicos should turn up this week, and then he's got Melbourne in the last round.
Okay.
So you trade Nick Martin ahead of Daicos.
Oh, I think so. Martin's got to finish at the Gabba, right? That's a lot harder.
Swans this week.
Well, you saw what Whitfield did up there against them. It's hard.
I find it very hard to say Martin after he's
I
just
know.
had near 40 touches.
Yep.
It was
But-
ridiculous.
Surely you got someone
playing
else.
against, like, it was Gold Coast playing away, and he got to play half back. They give up a truckload to half backs.
yeah.
So that's as good as he's going to get it. Head to head, next couple, Pies need to win.
Yep, I'm with you.
Daicos stays.
Daicos stays.
Oh,
All right, last question. How do I get a chiseled jaw like Calvin?
See, this is just absolute stitch-up
I'm
stupidity.
going to investigate more.
Please
No,
do.
Why would someone that I met for the first time actually say that?
I
as
can't
well?
believe it either. Were they in the right house? Was it my house?
Yes.
So it wasn't Chopper's or someone else's?
A chop wouldn't be chiseling his jaw.
No, he wouldn't be, would he? Talking about he'd have a quarter pounder on his jaw.
So you can actually get a facial exercise program. Like, it's like going to the gym with your jaw.
I'll guarantee.
That's what it feels like. That's what it
My
sounded
jaw
like.
has never been to the gym. I'm telling you now, right? All right, wrap it up because this is an absolute joke.
You could be pushing it uphill, though. Genetic factors play a part.
Right. So,
But
so I need to stop going to the gym with my jaw, do I?
Oh, losing weight helps that one.
Yeah, okay, I'll work on that one. You beauty. All right, that'll do it.
That's it for another podcast. Thanks very much for sticking with us. Good luck over these last couple of weeks. Hopefully you win your preliminary final this weekend. Catch all the content at afl.com.au/fantasy, including the stock take and ready and our preview video. And then on Thursday night, you're watching us live from 6:15. You can catch that on the AFL website, also the app. And that will be pretty sweet. All right, Cow.
Couple to go, boys.
There's
Good
a
luck.
couple to go. There's a thing called a jaw size, and it's like Jaws. Dang, dang.
You're right.
Yeah, anyway, happy trading.
Jeez. Absolute bullshit.